Yeah, before dropping in and going into some first line of work, as they call it in the fourth way, sacred working on ourselves, by ourselves, using attention, self-observation, self-remembering, I would like to read a few quotes from Shunryu Suzuki, was a Zen master, and I think about 20 years ago, I discovered this Zen master, and I was sharing it with Peter, and we really like to, to geek out on what this master said. And although it's not fourth way, there is something universal, and he's talking about something that applies across paths. And this is interesting. This in a Zen culture or Zen tradition, in case you didn't know, their main practice was connected to sitting, formal meditation. They would call it zazen, sit zazen, which means just sitting, just sitting. So if I say zazen, that's what it means. It was their silent, aware practice. Their sitting, self-observation, and self-remembering. So I'll read a few of these, just one small page, and we'll use them to go within with that. And, initially in Zen, it's recommended initially, especially when we come back from a busy day and active mind, before we can tune into this sense of easiness, sense the easiness of things, the sense of awake, aware silence. Usually for most of us, we need to go for a period of the monkey mind, monkeying around. And in Zen, they recommend, if that is the case, to be aware of the breathing for a little bit, not forever, but be aware of breathing. Inhale, aware of the inhale fully, and exhale, aware of the exhale fully, not allowing ourselves to drift into daydreaming in between. And they had this practice that even if, and that is very hard to do that. And so to make it even more easier, this practice, easier for us to stay as opposed to be flung into the no man's land of imagination. In Zen, they had this practice like, okay, you can be aware of the breath and then you can count your breathing, do this 10 times. When you forget, when we forgot what number we were at, you can, when we catch ourselves daydreaming, then we can come back to the last number we remember. So this is, Suzuki talks about this. It is not a matter of just counting your breath or following your breath. If counting the breath is tedious, it may be better just to follow the breath. But the point is, while inhaling and exhaling, to take care of the breath, just as a mother watches her baby. If a baby smiles, its mother will smile. If a baby cries, its mother is worried. That kind of close relationship, being one with your practice, is the point. I'm not talking about anything new, the same old things. Just to be sincere in our practice and make our full effort in each moment is enough. Just to be sincere in our practice and make our full effort in each moment is enough. There is no nirvana outside of our practice. We practice to experience our true nature, not to attain enlightenment. We practice to experience our true nature, not to attain enlightenment. It is the state of mind in which you do not stick to anything. This is the purpose of our practice. Look at your face in the mirror to see if you are still alive or not. Even though you practice Zazen, if you don't stop being fooled, it won't help at all. Do you understand me? Let's practice hard while we are still a little bit alive. Yeah, so from this place, make your body comfortable. Close your eyes. Or if you want to practice with the eyes open, that's fine too. It's recommended to try both. We can start with following the tradition, following the breath with our attention. Help us arrive. If this is not enough, we can even count series of 10 conscious breaths. Whenever you get yourself lost, you can come back to the last number you remember. Awareness of breathing. Allowing ourselves to just be. Disable doingness, disable thinking with a particular purpose, enable witnessing, relaxing into the now, watching the breathing. Yeah, notice how we have probably been hijacked a few times by now into imagination. Renewing your efforts. Sensing the body breathing as a way to land and go beyond the mind waves. Notice how these thoughts, thinking happens by itself automatically. Although it's not needed at all. So you become aware of a current thought form, image. Stay aware, seeing it fade away, collapse. Being present in that space of not another thought yet. Giving the weight of your body to gravity. Let go, holding on to the body, allowing the body to be more and more unwinding itself. And as this monkey mind hopefully gets a little bit more quiet, you can take attention off breath and open an aperture of your awareness so it includes the belly and the chest and the head, the feelings and the sounds and the tensions. Observing, witnessing the ever-changing content of now without sticking to it or going into imagination. Sense as if that which is aware comes from behind your body, not from your head. It's like an aware fog rolling through the city. Instead of focusing into a sensation or a thought, notice this aware background. This aware empty fullness. Bring more interest to the body, bodily energies. Any sense of agitation, any sense of lack, sense of unpleasantness. And that is not the full you. That is being noticed. Notice that. And can you welcome it completely? Any sensation, not heat. Let go focusing into it. Give it freedom to unfold however it wants. And the fact of being aware. Being aware it's already happening. As hearing, sensing, noticing, thinking. What we are is aware that we are. Stop fighting yourself, fighting your body. No matter what's in there, let go trying to change it. And noticing the space. Whatever sensation, energies, contraction, it's like a dot in a space. So instead of being busy with the dots, we surrender them, offer them to the space. Let the space handle them. God's repair shop. Yeah, so we took some time with the body because the body carries our emotions. And the selfing doesn't like emotions, so just wanted to make sure we allow these emotional energies. But yet, it's good to be equally present to these three channels: the thinking channel, the feeling channel, and the world channel. And not make one more important than the other. Notice that there's more to us than these bubbling bubbles. This awareing stillness, which allows for agitation to be. And as Suzuki would say, it's the state of being in which you do not stick to these little eyes coming in and out. This is the purpose of our practice. Go back knowingly to this aware, quiet place within. That doesn't change. Feelings, thoughts change. That which is aware doesn't. That which is aware is almost begging to be noticed, to be recognized. It is not begging. It's all these teachings, they are almost taking us through the collar and saying, dude, notice what's here. Notice that which is noticing. And being open to the possibility that this presence is not dependent on the body and is not limited to this body. Being open to this possibility that there is just one awareing presence which is aware through all of us here. And these seemingly different beings here, different people, are just like the cells in the body of God. in the body of the infinite, the absolute. And we have a choice here, the lucky ones. We have a choice to live unconsciously or to live consciously. If you're coming to this group or listening to this video, you already know a lot. You know too much. So you have a choice. To be lost in a fragment, to be wrapping around some pesky thought, some lying eye, to keep being busy, avoiding a feeling, trying to get something, get love. We can keep torturing ourselves with that. Or we can come back home. Aware of being and aware of whatever phenomena is happening here. For the last few minutes, do nothing. Do nothing. And we can gradually allow to open the eyelids, yet remaining aware. Nothing changes. And you can look around without going into associations, just seeing. Don't need to think. Or if this is not available, you can go more into hearing in a detailed fashion. Yeah, and throughout the circle, as we talk, remember to practice this noticing yourself in the now, noticing whatever thoughts come, comments, feelings, energies, you know. Also this classical stuff of like, oh, I'm afraid to speak, so, or I don't know, I feel like I have to speak, but I'm afraid to speak, or I have nothing to. Anyway, all of this kind of pesky psychological inner considering, and yeah,